Hey y'all, namaste, good morning. Enjoying a most beautiful morning here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is for sure the blue skies, North Carolina, that we're famous for this morning. Not a cloud in the sky, and so I'm out here enjoying a little morning and decided to come chat with you all. So I've done a little series on how to pick a YTT, what to look out for, and I wanted to add to the series what Chakra University's YTT is all about, the 200-hour yoga teacher training. So I've gotten, which is really exciting, a lot of people interested in taking the journey this summer that starts on mid-July. And I love talking to everyone individually and just letting them know and figuring out together if it's a good fit and if the program meets their needs, and also letting them know sort of the expectations of what to expect. Some fun people on here. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about what makes Chakra Flow 200-hour unique. First thing is it's at the Whitewater Center. So that in itself is so magnificent for me because I love being outdoors, and I'm sure many of you do as well. And I grew up in New York City and like Cement City, the monument to cement. And I really didn't even know how much I craved the outdoors and being in nature until I moved here to Charlotte, where it was like so readily available. So the thought of spending 200 hours indoors in four walls under artificial lighting is not quite as appealing as being able to do it outdoor in the beautiful Whitewater Center, where we can explore ourselves in the elements. And it's like double fold amazing because Chakra Flow University obviously is based on the chakras, and so the programs are all about the subtle level or the subtle body. And so the chakras are based on the elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. And so it just makes so much sense to me that we're exploring the depths of who we are in relation to nature and in nature, like literally experiencing earth, water, fire, air, and space every day that we're present in the 200 hours. So that in itself makes it super unique. Second, we have the most expert teachers, like the teachers that, I have over 4,000 hours of teaching. Now I've lost track. I don't even keep track of it anymore. It's probably a lot more than that. Over 2,000 hours of yoga training. And all of the teachers that are guest teaching are absolute experts in their specific field that they come in to teach, whether it's Marcy Braverman, who is a PhD scholar in Sanskrit and yoga philosophy, and Shayna Small, who comes in and teaches accessible yoga and trauma-informed and the intersection of yoga and social justice. Brian Shaheen, who teaches our meditation and mindfulness and Vipassana. And all of these teachers have studied and been studied. Oh, Lizzie Faulkner, who comes all the way from New York City to do inversions and arm balances. So all of these teachers have been studying for years, if not decades, to then bring their knowledge to this training. And so it's really, really amazing because you're getting years and years and decades of knowledge dropped into you in 200 hours. So that's amazing. Second is the way that it's structured, right? We're together for 8 weekends, and then we have a couple of Zoom sessions as well. And those 8 weekends, each weekend we explore one of the chakras. And then, of course, the 8th weekend is graduation, and it has its whole vibe, and it's just kind of bringing everything that we learned together. So each weekend that you explore, first chakra, second chakra, third chakra, you're exploring it on your mat through asana. Oh, the sun feels so good. You're exploring it through pranayama and meditation. and also the sister science of Ayurveda and how that is helping to find balance in that chakra. And then you're reading about it in your homework, you're writing about it, and you're exploring it within yourself. So alongside it being like this teacher training where you're really actually learning how to be a yogi, a lifelong yogi, and side effect is that you're becoming a teacher, is that you are also in like this whole self-development course, simultaneously. And so that ends up being one of the most transformational parts of this journey, is because we're not taught how to explore ourselves through our subtle body, but the subtle body is where it's at. Everything begins in the subtle body, and then it expresses itself physically. And by the time that it expresses itself physically, it's sometimes hard to find balance. It can express itself physically in disease, disorder, distress, etc. And so when you start to peel back the layers and you start to see things on the subtle level, then you can address it subtly, and then it doesn't have to manifest in the gross. So that becomes something that's I think extremely unique about the program. And then we also, this is I geek out, and it's my favorite thing because I love what I call the tribe. It's to really build the family. And so, of course, you're in this pretty intense container for 4 months. And so everybody who takes the training, or also known as the cohort, become family. They're looking out for each other, you're celebrating each other, you're leaning on each other, you're crying on each other's shoulders, you're laughing out loud, all of the beautiful things. But then you also get paired with a yoga buddy. And this is one of my favorite things to see in YTT, is the blossoming of these yogic friendships. And so with your yoga buddy, you get some assignments and some homework to do, and you're practice teaching together, and so you form this really unique and beautiful bond between you and your yoga buddy. And then every yoga buddy set gets assigned a mentor. And so the mentor is someone who's already graduated from Chakra Flow and is teaching, right? Is also teaching. That's one of the requirements of being a mentor, is also teaching. And so they are spending time with you outside of our time together on our weekends to help you build flows, to mentor you emotionally, physically, spiritually, and you're practice teaching in front of them, which is why Chakra Flow University grads have a reputation for coming out of school ready to teach and to be hired. And that is really unique. There's actually people that have taken my 200 after taking a 200 already, because they didn't feel that they got enough practice time and they weren't ready to teach. And so I really have developed this program, and so that you become more than prepared, exceeding Yoga Alliance requirements for the 200 hours, so that you do have an advantage to all the other yoga teachers that are out there graduating when you leave school. Which brings me to what happens after YTT. Victoria does not have a yoga studio, nor do I promise people are going to be able to try out to teach at my yoga studio, which a lot of hello truck which a lot of studios do, and there's usually not a lot of space on the teaching schedule to really allow new grads to teach. So I provide opportunities in our community for you to teach. A great example is this beautiful synchronicity that and synergy that I have with Habitual Roots. So Habitual Roots is a non-for-profit here in town in Charlotte, and they teach yoga classes and they have workshops. And I don't know what the percentage is, but I would say more than half of their teachers are Chakra Flow grads, because they know, again, that they're very well prepared. We have a very similar set of values as far as really providing philosophy and showing yoga as a holistic 8-limbed science as opposed to just asana. Then I give you opportunities to teach in different apartment buildings all over town and beyond, because now we're also in South Carolina and the counties outside of it, because I've partnered with Frame Changers, which places yoga teachers in apartment building complexes to teach. And so that's a beautiful partnership. You do get the opportunity to also teach at the Whitewater Center, which has its yoga series. And so many of my teachers of my students become mentors. And some of them are even guest teachers in my programs. So I really take mentorship and like the aftercare after 200 hour really seriously, because I don't believe in this like churn and burn mentality of just like getting people into the program and then bye, see you later, handle it on your own from there on out. And in the coming weeks, I hope to have some grads on here and interview them a little bit on their experience of like what happens after YTT. So I think I've hit on most of the things that I want to talk about today, but if you have any specific questions on why this is or is not the YTT for you, then hit me up, DM me, slide into my DMs, and I'm happy to jump on a call or a Zoom with you. All right, my lovely people, I'm off to enjoy a little bit more of this nature and sun. Namaste.